Bilibili is one of the most popular video content platforms and has often been described as being like a YouTube of China. In 2018, the company went public on NASDAQ, raising $483 million, with notable investors including the likes of Tencent, Alibaba, and Sony. And in 2021, the firm listed on the Hong Kong exchange in a secondary listing. Speaking of Bilibili's YouTube resemblance, it's true the two platforms share some similarities, most notably user-uploaded content. But such comparisons are a bit uninspired, as a key part of Bilibili's strategy is to become more than just a video streaming platform. Bilibili was created in 2009 by Xu Yi, an anime lover and graduate of Beijing University of Posts and Telecommunications. Around that time, a website called AC Fun was the predominant platform for anime, comics, and games, or ACG content, in China. Bilibili was launched by Xu as an alternative to AC Fun, and since its early days, it targeted the Gen Z community, those born between 1997 and 2012. Unlike YouTube, where anyone can easily open an account to upload content and post comments, users for Bilibili had to go through a 100-question test about ACG culture to unlock such features. One of the platform's most popular features are the danmus, bullet-like real-time comments that fly across the screen while videos are playing. This was something first found in AC Fun, and on Japanese streaming site Nico Nico. In the early days, becoming a profitable business seemed far from the mind of Xu Yi. Instead, he wanted to cultivate a quality community. Before accepting an investment from serial entrepreneur Chen Rui in 2011, Xu first tested Chen's ACG knowledge to prove that he was a true fan before accepting his money. Chen would later go on to become CEO of Bilibili in 2014. Early on, Bilibili differed from other video sharing sites in China like Youku or Tencent Video, in that it didn't feature pre-roll video ads and paid membership, or basically anything that a video site used to bring in revenue. As a result, the company was losing money, and eventually was forced to confront the very real possibility of going out of business. Bilibili had to diversify and branch out into other sectors, most notably gaming. In terms of generating revenue, Bilibili relied heavily on gaming. The overwhelming majority of distributed games were made by third-party developers, and only a few titles were created directly by Bilibili themselves. In 2017, revenue from the exclusive distribution in China of the hit Japanese game Fate Grand Order alone accounted for around 70% of the company's total revenue. That same year, Bilibili spun off Bilibili Gaming, an esports franchise with teams in League of Legends and Overwatch. In 2018, when Bilibili went public on NASDAQ, gaming accounted for over 80% of Bilibili's total revenue. Their heavy reliance on foreign IPs carried also potential risks. Foreign-developed games would still be subject to Chinese regulations regarding content, and failure to adhere to such rules would affect their ability to distribute titles, if found to be in violation. As Bilibili has grown, the firm has reduced its reliance on gaming. In addition to gaming, Bilibili has three other core businesses: value-added services, advertising, and e-commerce. According to the firm's latest financial result of Q4 2020, value-added services, which include live streaming, paid memberships, and Bilibili's comic business, became the most important source of revenues for Bilibili, accounting for $191.1 million, or 33% of all revenues for the firm, after a 118% increase from Q4 2019. While other video streaming platforms in China like iQIYI and Tencent Video, for example, have turned toward producing their own longer-form shows and movies, Bilibili still relies heavily on user-generated content. Some video content creators on Bilibili have also gone on to become live broadcasters on the platform, where they can interact in real time with fans, who can buy their favorite streamers virtual rewards. Bilibili has also signed top streamers to exclusive cooperation agreements, which included salaries in exchange for broadcasting on the platform. Bilibili has improved its advertising efficiency, bringing in $110.7 million in Q4 of 2020, up 149% from a year earlier. Bilibili's core Gen Z user base and their spending power and willingness to spend makes the platform attractive for advertisers that want to reach a huge pool of potential customers, since the brand is well known among younger demographics. In 2020, they launched a matchmaking service called Sparkle for its content creators and advertisers. According to Bilibili, Sparkle can provide smart pricing recommendations, showcase sample work, and access data on followers and user engagement to facilitate monetization for creators. And for advertisers, it can offer data analytics, influencer recommendations, and project management tools for collaboration. In 2020, revenues from e-commerce was $113.5 million, an increase of 168% from the same period in 2019. Sources of these revenues were sales from Bilibili's e-commerce platform, which included things like ACG merchandise and tickets to offline events. In 2018, Bilibili collaborated with Taobao to better connect creators, merchandise, and users between the two platforms. In recent years, Bilibili has looked to expand and broaden its audience, expanding from the core of Gen Z users. One major challenge for Bilibili is that it still hasn't generated profits. Despite growing revenues from nearly all of their businesses, Bilibili reported a net loss of nearly $469 million for 2020, a year-on-year rise of 134.3%, some of which can be attributed to sales and marketing expenses, even when more users accessed the platform during the first year of the pandemic. In 2021, Bilibili's Hong Kong exchange secondary listing raised $2.6 billion on its opening day on March 29th. Sponsored by Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, and UBS Group AG. The company sold 25 million shares as part of the offering, and announced they would use the money to expand its content, as well as supporting user growth. The homecoming listing follows in a trend of US-listed Chinese companies seeking secondary listings in domestic exchanges.